Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Bride of Re-Animator from 1990. It's directed by Brian Yuzna and stars Jeffrey Combs and Bruce Abbott. Wow, I really need to get a copy of this film on Blu-ray because this DVD copy I own is terribly presented both visually and audibly. It looks almost as lazily transferred to DVD as the 50-pack movies do. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing any Blu-ray copies of this film in our region at this time. I guess I'll have to keep my eyes open. In order for this film to even exist, they had to retcon the previous film, the original Re-Animator, because, spoiler alert, Herbert West is killed at the end of that film. Hell, it's even implied that Dan Kane perishes as well at the hands of his reanimated girlfriend. Or at least that is how I remember it, but it could very well be that the film simply ends with Dr. Kane attempting to reanimate his girlfriend. Anyway, instead of dealing with the fallout from the actual ending of Re-Animator, we start the film out with an on-screen text saying that 8 months later we find ourselves with West and Kane in South America further testing the reagent. After that goes bust, they go back to Miskatonic University where the events of the original film still took place, just didn't end in the death of either character. In this film, West discovers that the reagent has the power not just to revive the dead, but individual tissue as well, and so he resolves to build a woman from disparate parts, and that is the bulk of the movie. The severed head of Dr. Hill is back as well, but this time with bat wings attached so he can fly around. Whereas I love the original Re-Animator and would follow it to the ends of the earth, the sequel on the other hand is a harder sell, and I think that is largely because it feels like a retread of the first film and not enough newness occurs in Bride of the Re-Animator. It just feels like we've seen it before and we've seen it flashier in the original film. For example, why reanimate the severed head of Dr. Hill? He brings about the downfall of everything in the first film, so what, did Herbert West think things would go differently this time around? And then there's the ending of the film that feels a lot like paralleled chaos to the ending of the original Re-Animator, with West feeling the wrath of all of his past experiments that eventually undo him. All of that said, I still like Bride of Re-Animator enough. Definitely enough to get it on Blu-ray someday because this transfer is total ass. It's not exactly a shiny and new thing, but if it's simply a retread of Re-Animator, I guess those are good bones to be building upon. I'm going to give Bride of Re-Animator a B- and move on tomorrow back to the 50 Drive-In Movie Classics and its fourth film, Creeper. See y'all then.